All right, so let's get you up to speed with what we've been working on. So you might remember we started benching in the trail up there, which then goes over the creek. So that was a big project for our last video, is just getting over the creek. And we also started this berm here. Actually, 2 berms. But we need to get back across the creek. And before we do that, we have all that brush that we need to get through. And then once we do that, we'll have to figure out how we are going to get from there to there. You can just see the other part of the trail in the background. So that is the project for this video. So before we start tackling this, let's tackle this. Tons of little pieces of wood on the ground, so I think I'm just gonna cut up as much as I can and then come through with a weed whacker. Alright, so I'm out here doing some wandering and some pondering, trying to figure out how we're gonna get across this. And let me try to logic you guys through my reasoning. Okay, so we need to get from Excavator to there. So that's point B and that's point A. I'll give you a few scenarios that I'm thinking of and let's talk about them. So I think one of the easiest to build would just swing the trail kind of down parallel with the stream for a quick second and then come up perpendicular to this embankment right here. I think that would be pretty easy to build. Okay, that would set us to the left of this birch and we would kind of come into the trail at a bit of an awkward angle. It's a little bit lower to the ground, and I think, I don't know, I'm wondering if this chicane would kill some speed. So I'm hesitant to go that route because I don't want to not have enough speed for this straight. Okay, that's option 1. Option 2 is to try to come to the right of this birch. We got this rock here. I'm not in love with it, and it also sets us up here at a really awkward angle. You know, I can fix that, but still, like, it's just a little bit of an awkward angle. It's like the longest reach over. So I don't love that route either. So I've been thinking about, you know, maybe I can take some of the dirt, build it up on either side, and just use some culverts. So that would be about around $300 to $500 in culvert. Another option is coming over here, and we have this tree. I think that's a maple, but it's a tree. I think maybe we could use that to bridge it and maybe come this way. That would set us up at a weird angle as well. We would kind of have to do a double chicane. I don't hate that, but I don't know. I'm not sold on any particular solution. Also, this embankment is starting to erode here. I mean, there's a reason why this tree, that tree has fallen, those trees are fallen, those trees have fallen, and this tree, what you can't see is like all underneath it is kind of eroded. A lot of thoughts are going through my brain, and I can't figure out which direction I want to go, because they could all work or they could all be bad. I don't know. I guess I'd prefer not to have to go to the hardware store too many times. I'd prefer not to spend too much money. And the other one, I'm impatient, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. I think you can get a better sense for the stability of this embankment. That tree is like about the same size, maybe even a little bit bigger than that one, at least at the base. So I don't know, it'd be nice to stabilize this embankment a little bit too. Alright, so one of the things I like to do is when I'm faced with a dilemma like this and I can't figure out what to do, I do know I want to clean this section up, so let me go ahead and just kind of clean this up and do some mindless busy work just to distract myself a little bit, and maybe I'll come up with a better solution as I'm doing it, and maybe we'll open up some new opportunities. So let's do that. So I think I'm going to opt for coming from there and trying to get to where the stick is and heading to the right of the birch. My plan of attack here is I don't really have a plan. I'm just going to start kind of digging away and hopefully things come together. Alright, we're going to move up here and it's time to start cutting up this log. Yeah, where's my trusty tripod? Alright, we've made some substantial progress. So we got like the base for what is going to be a bridge of some sort. We'll figure out how we're making it down the road. And I am going to get off of this birch. Now that I took down that tree, I don't have a handrail anymore, so I'm just... Alright, so I've slept on this project a little bit and kind of changed my ideas about what we're going to do. And I think I like this idea better because honestly it's just a little simpler. So originally we're going to come down that path that I had made with Excavator and then go up there. The problem with it is we need to bridge this, and as you guys know, bridges made out of wood tend to be slippery, so I really prefer entering them at a straight on angle, like without turning. So I think we're going to come between those trees right there. The other thing to keep in mind with this project is I want to be able to use this in the winter time. So a lot of the things that you see us doing, they are multi-seasonal use. So that's why the bridges are a little bit wider than, you know, usually I would do like a 2 foot wide bridge over something like this, but I might go with like 3 or 4 just because in the winter time snow builds up and then it kind of creates like a crown, like a road. So you need it to be a little bit wider than you think. That way you don't have to slide off the bridge. What's up, little guy? Before I had the Gator, transporting wood used to be such a pain in the butt, but it makes this whole process really, really easy. So. Bridge 1. pull up onto the course. There you go. Perfect parking spot. As you can see, there's not much of a stream today. It's been the hottest and driest it's been all year. Why is hottest and driest such a weird thing to say? Anyway, cool. We partially built the bridge just so we could get an angle of how we're going to traverse this, because, like, again, we're trying to miss that birch over there, so we want to go to the right of it, and before the bridge was over, like, considerably to the left, and you would have had to make more of a chicane. And then we want to make it pretty intuitive coming from this direction. We do have that maple that kind of obscures the view a little bit, but I think it'll be pretty intuitive to, like, swing out where that this ball of duff is and go straight into it. Alright, so most of these 2x4s, except for these ones that looked weathered, actually came from the mini ramp. So the mini ramp has been put to good use and has found a new home here on our trails. So I think we're going to go with a 36-inch wide bridge. And now I wanted to go with a 32-inch wide bridge because, like, you can, this is an 8-foot wide piece of lumber, and if you go with 32 inches, you can get 3 pieces out of one piece. However, it just felt a little bit too narrow. So we're gonna opt with 36, which that means we'll have a bit of excess, but I think we'll be able to put those extra pieces to good use down the line. I did think about going with 4 feet, but 4 feet just feels a little bit too wide for this particular bridge. So I think 36 will be the sweet spot. Alright, taking off the good chain and throwing on the dirt chain. Doesn't have to be perfect. I was able to wrangle the beast out from the basement. Coming to do a little bit of inspection. I'm gonna hang out and do some trail work. You're a trail cat? You have so much on your mind. Alright, so it's been a few days since I've done any workout here, mainly because it's been super humid. Like, I'd get done building after just a few hours and my boots would be like soaked in sweat. Like, I'd be standing in puddles inside my boots. It was absolutely awful. But I want to make a big push to finish this project because this is taking me too long. So I need some dirt for the other side of the bridge. So what I'm doing here is I'm digging a trench because I need a trench to divert the water coming towards the berm on the backside, so it goes that way. So I'll use that dirt, put it in the cart, wheel around, and I think that's like the last major project. Once we do that, this trail will be rideable, and any fine tuning we do, we can do that off camera. But that will give us a huge kind of like open playing field for building features, because this project has essentially been a glorified infrastructure project. We got a lot of cool things going on, but the cool features, I want to build those down the road. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Let's do the work here. All right, now that we have this somewhat packed in, I think we can actually do a full loop of the two bridges and come back down. So let's give you a quick tour. Trying to do that whole filming, it's actually kind of tricky, but fun. You are the worst hunter in the world. He's not just gonna come to you. Okay, maybe it is. I guess she has had success.
Oh, he's still alive, Smokes. He's still, get him. Smokes, he's still alive. He's still alive.
I'm not a killer. Alright, so even though this isn't fully packed in, I'm feeling a bit impatient. And I want to see how this rides. So I'm just going to move everything off to the side. And Haley and I are going to go do some backyard laps and see how this goes. Alright, I'm going to hand the camera to Haley, and we're going to try some of the gaps that I sprinkled into the course and see how they worked out. That was built on purpose. However, when I built the step down as kind of the alternative line, I realized you might actually be able to take off from that step down lip, which is a full 8 feet further away, all the way across the road. And just because it's set up further to the side, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a really hard pull, and you're kind of offset at an angle, so it's a little bit more complicated. So I think I can get my front wheel across the knuckle, but I think I'm in a case, so.
Oh. You almost had it. Is it right here, your back wheel?
Maybe. We'll have to review the footage. I
Maybe
think
it's right here.
I think this is a pretty long shot, just because like you're still turning like a split second before you're going off the lip. I'm not able to get like the same kind of setup. So not only is the gap bigger, but you have to make more of a turn and you have less setup time. So honestly, I'm probably not gonna waste too much energy on this. These backyard trails are more supposed to be just kind of like going with the flow and not exerting too much energy. I am going to give myself a review of this trail and of our build, because this was probably the most involved projects I've taken on, because we had to do 2 bridges, and remember we had to like build a lot of rock armoring to just build the bridges itself. And I had no idea how I was going to do it. I would give myself like a B+ A- in that range. Things I think could be better is right here. You lose a little bit of your speed. That could be because this turns a little bit too aggressive. We'll figure that out as it kind of packs in. there's not a whole lot that besides for how long it took me. I think that was the thing that I miscalculated, and I always go into a project knowing it's going to take me longer than I think, even knowing that this still took longer than I was expecting. Like, we got like through a lot of the project in like a week, and then like the last week just dragged on, and some of that was out of our hands. But do you have any?
I think we should make this berm taller. Just like, I mean, we're not really using this, you know, if we were riding up here, that'd be a problem. You know, we're down here. But sight-wise, it kind of like makes you panic a little bit.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think for how it rides right now, it's perfect. I think we could add little rollers or like backsides and doubles and stuff, but for what we have, I think it's awesome. Like, it's a nice way to come down through here and drop into that bottom half of the trail.
We essentially built the foundation for what could be a really fun trail with a bunch of like side hits and whatnot. But it's getting into like peak riding season, and it's going to get really busy, so I'm going to take a step back from building for a little bit and go enjoy the summer. So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.